ratios are really well spaced. I don't know what it does. Top speed, don't think it's really important. You know, the worst hammering we can give cars is drifting, which I'm not doing, not with this, and driving a car flat out on, you know, for long periods of time. So I don't tend to drive flat. For me, it's more about handling, cornering, braking, and acceleration, and of course engine noise. This is another thing that kind of led me to building the CRX. You know, I've noticed over the years I can drive lots of turbo cars, and I could have chosen all sorts of turbo cars, but the problem with turbo cars is, for me, it's not turbo lag, it's the intoxication they take away, in the sense of noise, visceral noise. And I love engines that just properly breathe rather than having air forced down their throats. So you know, I have a big respect for Honda. They make an engine that's able to run for hundreds of thousands of kilometers with good maintenance. And yet they also can produce easily well over 100 brake horsepower per litre. Well, they did. These engines are out of Euro emission standards nowadays, so they don't make them anymore. And it's like they say, they don't make them like they used to. Hondas now are turbocharged. It just doesn't sound the same. Even the K20, which is, you know, I would agree, it's a better engine. It makes more power. It's got a great gearbox. It doesn't have that VTEC kick. I like the VTEC kick. I know it's a bit of a flaw. I like it. It's endearing. The other thing that I really like about this engine is that being VTEC, you can potter along at 2,000 RPM. It'll give you decent economy. It won't be mind-bogglingly good, but perfectly acceptable. And I think a measure of a good car for me is that my wife will go in it. Because if she doesn't want to go in it, I won't get to drive it all that often. Because generally, you know, I use this car for leisure, not so much for work. And yeah, but she doesn't find it too uncomfortable, doesn't find it too noisy. A decent sound system helps, of course. She does find it a bit too fast, and she's very sweet. She says, "You're driving it a bit quick, aren't you?" And I always tell her, I'm not really pushing that hard. On the circuit, I'll be going a lot faster. We also have to be careful in Japan, especially in the countryside, because people can live to a very ripe old age here, and you never know. You may be driving along and there's another guy coming the other way with Alzheimer's, and he's driving on the wrong side of the road. It's happened before, on several occasions, even with this car. So I tend to get in, switch on the headlights, and make sure that I'm as seen as possible, because a black car, very low, especially a very small one, is less easy for somebody to see. And, to be honest, they have no expectation that somebody's going to be driving really quick, so I avoid it. So as I mentioned, I am thinking it would be really cool to have this car available for rent by Jomon Car Rental, and so, you know, write us your comments and let us know. Is this something that you'd like to rent if you came to Japan? if it is, and we have enough feedback, then we may consider doing it. You know, it's a car that's really reliable, despite its available fun and performance. But of course, we don't want people to take it and trash it and kill it. So, you know, either we'll have to trust you, or we'll have to go on tours with you with this car and some of our more interesting cars. So that's a development that we're considering making for the near future. Skylines, RX-7s, and things like that. Now you may notice that the gauges are a bit dark, and that happens of course when I switch on the headlights. It automatically dims them, so if I switch them off now, it gets brighter in the daytime. The headlights, when switched on, will cause the instruments to dim. It just sort of fades out, which is really nice, and sort of very typical OEM style. I like to be discreet with modifications. It's funny, a lot of people look at the car and they say, wow, it's in such nice condition. And then they go, huh? It's got S2000 gauge. That's for people who know. People who don't, just know. We were just at a beautiful local temple. It's just really nice. So I'm going to go and park, and I'm going to go and take some video of the temple actually. How old is this temple?
This temple?
Yes.
This temple established 781 AD. 781 AD.
Wow.
Very old one, huh?
Wow. That's really old. Wow.
About 1,300 years ago. Right?
That's amazing. How about the gate? How old is the gate? That looks really old.
This gate?
Yes.
This gate, in the gate, the Gardner kings, with Japanese Neo or Deva King.
Yeah.
Deva King established 1388.
Wow.
1388. This one, this gate is so not old one. It's about 300 years ago.
Okay.
Three pagoda.
Yeah.
Originally established in 1442.